All right, so now I have the how to level up with the standard Demon Hunt. This is a deck I basically spent a lot of time thinking about. I didn't really use much in the way of looking at other people's decks, but I think I've got a really good blend of things here. Um, Basically, the way this deck works is you've got a bunch of demons and you're trying to get them out, and then you're trying to resummon them. So the way that you resummon them is with All Fail Breaks Loose. But to get this card in your hand, the way that I decided to do it was with this Fossil Fanatic. Basically, I made sure that the only fail spell in the whole list is that. So every time that you attack with this, you're going to get that. Um, and there's kind of like some interesting other synergies as well, particularly with the Raging Fell Screamer here. If you already have some of these, like if you want to get, like you obviously want this as well, right? Because all your demons are basically the super like amazing expensive ones, right? So if you already have this in hand, you can basically be assured that your depths. And this is actually something that I was working for. I was working out. Basically, if you already have one of these in your hand, you can play this. Say you've got no coin, just to make it simple. You've got no coin. You could play this, and you're guaranteed to be able to play this the following turn, which basically potentially means that you're going to be able to play. This could be turn 6. This can be turn 5. Now, the first Evoker is one of those cards that it's like it does seem to have a little bit of anti-synergy, but I think what you've got to realize is the conditions for this is infuse 3 demons. So obviously there are anti-synergy things there. Fellscott Evoker is one. Same with Zillag, right? But you can't but a Zillag out on 5 is still such a powerful play. I think there's basically a point where you're gonna if you're staying in the game, you may want to try to optimize the All Fail Breaks Loose. You probably would, right? But if you're not staying in the game and it's like you're about to lose, you have to basically do anything. And this is kind of like a failsafe in that respect, in that you want it that you can at least play this. And it says summon a different demon from your deck. I was looking at the word, and I believe it means it's not going to summon the other Fellscale Evoker, which I was a bit concerned about. Now, if we look at the different demons, we don't have any different demons, right? So it's going to have Zillag, it's going to be Illidari, it's going to be Bruta, and this one, right? And they're all amazing, right? What it means, of course, as well, is that you are going to, assuming that the early game you've managed to do what I said about you'd have to get, either do this or this or whatever to make sure that or a combination of the two, right? But you should have the All Fell Breaks Loose in hand at that point. So yeah, it's really good to get it out. I also have this for draw. Again, it's like the thing about Demon Hunt is it's good to have it in your deck and it's good to have it in your hand as well, right? This gives you a small reduction. You could depending on how well the beginning's gone, you could play this, get a small reduction, and by the time you play it you could get it 3 down, right? So you could have it at 6, I guess. You could potentially have Illidari at 5. It depends how good your hand is. Now, obviously, there's many different things that can happen. This card is really good. You can actually do 6 damage with this because it will do it twice. There's other things with card draw, a few other things, but this is obviously a very good AOE control. I've also put the Warblades in here. This is just for getting rid of the smaller stuff. Illidari Studies is really good. The card that I take the most from that, and sometimes I think should I include it in the deck? And I would do if it wasn't just because of this unusual way that I've set things out. And I think there possibly are other ways to have it. This Wayward Sage is actually really useful as well. Obviously, if I wasn't so intent on getting this card out, I might want to put that in. Or if things were a bit slower, I might have these two and these two. Or I could maybe have one Wayward Sage in there. That's something which you could potentially think about doing. But again, we're talking about the Resurrect pool. You do need to be careful. You don't have you don't have cards you don't want in the Resurrect pool. But saying that, you could have you probably wouldn't want to play, for instance, Fellscott Evoker and then also play your Zillag, because they are demons, the 1/2s. So you don't want to get like a terrible resurrect with like a 3/7 and a couple of 1/2s. That would not be what you're looking for. I also put this in as well because obviously with all the stuff you're doing at the beginning, you're going to be again, it's a positive AOE to try and control the board. And then we got also put, this is always a nice finisher, I think. And it isn't standard, so why not use it, right? So different ways to do that. But really you're looking to try to do something with the big demons here. So thanks for watching.